Hello everyone, good evening. I've got a little friend over here helping me away. Oh, there we go. As I change my bedding, just chilling. That's Mocha. Always good to have like a little companion, work companion. I'm doing my homework in the evening, so she's there along the way. This will be a generally positive kind of update, just jumping on because I thought, hey, I'm in kind of relatively good spirits, so why not share a bit about that and just talk about kind of what I've been working on recently. I know some of you are wondering and asking about like the type of assignments that happen at South College and how many assignments there are. So I'll just share a bit about what I worked on today. So there was a bunch of formative assessments, which are these preliminary assignments that stack and work towards either 1, 2, 3, generally no more than 3 summative assessments. And summative are these bigger tasks, which could be a paper. If the course is particular, like for example, a course on designing online learning, you might have to design a course, and that could be part of the summative assessment. So it's not always a paper, but a lot of the times I find it's around writing and doing a paper. So today I had to analyze data, and this is something that is a little bit more challenging for me, especially quantitative data, but I was given a whole bunch of data, aggregated data, so I didn't have to do that part, which was good. And basically just look at it closely and find trends and outliers and basically think about my role as, let's say, someone who's in a leadership role and what kind of recommendations I would be making around that data. Now, this was all on performance learning outcomes. There were student performance outcomes for different course sections, and basically I had to analyze that data, create recommendations, and from there write a report on it. And sometimes these reports can be, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 pages. I did create a report for my last course, and I just looked back at it, it was 25 pages. And that was because I had to create a tool that had to be integrated into the report, and it was like an evaluation tool. It was just a really unique way of doing a report, I found, but it came out to be 25 pages. So sometimes they're very long assignments. I will say that once you're in the flow, you don't really think so much about how long the assignment is unless you really don't like what you're doing. But I find that honestly, if I spend 10 minutes getting into the flow, I'm in it. Like I can easily start writing for hours, and unless I'm really stuck, but I generally just stop and start reading some literature around the topic, or I start looking at the resources that are provided on South College's website. They have like a learning portal where you can access different readings and whatnot. Something that I thought about a lot today was something I said in a previous video that I kind of said in an impromptu manner, which maybe I'll just insert it here if I can find it. In my experience, try not to think about every single task you have to do, or even all the rest of the courses. What I ended up having to do was just literally think assignment by assignment and not let my mind drift beyond that. But I really think that this is important, and it's essentially how I started to build my motivation again, was not to get overwhelmed with the whole mountain that one climbs in a graduate degree. I really only like to think about one task at a time right now. I do think there's value in looking a bit ahead, so that if you're doing a bunch of formative assessments, you want to see how that relates to the summative, so that what you're doing in the formative really stacks and builds and compounds towards that summative. So you want to kind of go into a certain direction. However, when I'm placing my attention, let's say today, I'm really only thinking about that one assignment and try not to think about all the other assignments and what I have to do tomorrow and what I have to do the next day and what I have to do this month. I mean, at first I was doing that, but I just found that it gets too overwhelming. And I like to prepare my mind the day before. So for example, if I'm going to be writing about, again, this report, I like to kind of prepare myself and do the readings the night before or the day before, and then start the writing component today. I'm not sure what the science is, but I have a strong feeling that as I'm sleeping and I wake up, I think something's happening in my brain processes, and I'm able to process information, and then I wake up and I have ideas and I have insights, and I kind of run with that. For me, I just seem to get insights in the morning, so I like to prepare early. the day before. Right now, I don't feel like I have a whole bunch to share other than I'm back in the game. I feel pretty optimistic. I'm feeling satisfied with what I've been doing recently. It's easy to get in one's head, and I'm trying to get out of one's head and just do the work. Of course, if I start to think a little bit too much about what I'm doing and critiquing the assignments and my performance, I can get a little bit overwhelmed. But I think at one point or another, just sit down, get the work done, and know that you are slowly but surely getting to the end point. I don't even really think about that, but I do want to get to the dissertation. I really do. I know some people might be wondering, like, why do I care so much about the dissertation? But I have an idea or a topic that I really want to explore, and it very much relates to my work and a specific work endeavor or a work initiative that could open up more possibilities. So in a way, it's like double duty. It's done for school, but it's also done to really open up my work options and my potential within my work, because I have different roles at work. One of my jobs is to kind of help develop a new school in a way, a new institute for learning. And this dissertation could really impact kind of how we recruit the students, how we target towards their needs, how we market the program. So it's just going to be a really unique opportunity. So every bit of my energy is very invested into working towards that dissertation. And no matter what, I will have to slow down anyways during that time, because the assignments take time to work through and you get feedback in an iterative process. So even if you want to accelerate, you can't, because you get feedback and it might take longer for the committee to review that, because it's not just one person, it's multiple people. And that's okay. I think it's actually not a bad thing to kind of slow it down, to give yourself time to think through everything. Right now, I'm doing about an assignment every day or two, and that seems to be working for me, but that will probably change around the dissertation. So anyways, there's my quick update. I'm sure at one point I'll give a more thorough update, but I hope that those who are starting very soon, I think tomorrow or the next day, I hope they do well at South College, get the ball rolling. I think it's really good to get going and build that energy at the get-go. Otherwise, if you're not at South College and you're doing another program, I hope that you're doing well. Thanks for staying tuned, and I will see you in another video.